Alright guys, we are back here immediately following the slaughter that was the match that we just played against the Charbelcher deck. Let's not do that one again, shall we? Let's jump into match 4 here. We're currently 1-2, not my favorite record by any stretch of the imagination. So let's see if we can play some real Magic this time. That's all I can really hope for, and I will see you guys in the match. Alright, looks like we have a match. On the draw. We'll take it. Can't be on the play all the time. 50% of the time, it works every time. And we have a nice little opening hand here. We'd like to draw a bounce land, or really any other land at all, for that matter, but this is definitely a keep. We'll see what our opponent's on. Snow-covered island, huh? Alright, well, meet regular basic forest into Amulet on 1. No force. It's good. It's good. Hallowed Fountain. Pass. Okay. So they're holding up Mana Leak or Remand for a 3-drop. But guess what? We don't got none of that here, so let's just get our Turn Timber into play, I suppose. Sure, I'm okay with this. Passing it back. I think we're probably playing Azusa this upcoming turn, regardless. Even if it does get countered, we're still not that terribly delayed from casting our Titan, and we want to get to Titan as fast as possible, since we do have Pact Mitigation backup here, so... Our opponent is on blue-white with Opts. Makes me think that they're probably not splashing a color, as they play a tapped Mystic Sanctuary for the turn. That makes me think that they're probably on straight blue-white. Ooh, Dryad. That one is fantastic. Yeah, let's get the Dryad into play here. Playing the Garen Break for turn, because if we are able to get a bounce land, we'll be able to cast Titan this upcoming turn, so... Remand, or Mana Leak, or Logic Knot, or something. Seems like it might be Logic Knot. Yeah, okay. Well, we're fine with this. Will not pay. Pass it back. If we do draw a bounce land, we can actually cast Azusa into Titan this upcoming turn. Of course, that would be playing into our opponent's Cryptic Command, but Summon is Pact. Okay, well, let's lead on the Azusa, I suppose. Not giving our opponent the information of what land drop we have for turn. They're fetching. After floating a blue with their Snow Island, that's intriguing to me. Snap, Logic Knot for 1. Okay, I mean, you could say that we're getting punished for not playing land out here, but not really. I don't think that there's anything we could have done about this Logic Knot anyways. I guess we're leaving them with 1 additional card in their graveyard, but we weren't really trying to resolve this Azusa anyways, if I'm being completely honest, so... And here we'll play a second Garen Brig, so... Our opponent can't just, like, field our current Castle Garen Brig that's in play, and cut us off of Titan this upcoming turn, so... Pass it back. Also, for whatever it's worth, we're not letting our opponent know that we have 2 of our 3 basic lands in our hand / in play already, so they are putting an Opt back on top of their Sanctuary. That's pretty okay with me. We'll probably just be jamming a Titan this upcoming turn, I have to imagine. Snap beats. You got it. Valakut, huh? Vanillion Click, huh? Sure. Yeah, I think our Titan's good this turn. I guess they could cycle our Pact Negation and then have a counterspell for our Summoner's Pact. That's okay, though. We're still slamming a Titan this turn, I think. No reason not to. I think we're playing out the Valakut here. I don't know, maybe exposing the Valakut to a field is not a great idea. Our opponent has to cycle the Pact Negation here, I have to imagine. Unless they have double path. Cycle a Summoner's Pact. Okay. Bold move. So, the fact that we've drawn this Growth Chamber means that we can play around our opponent having a Field of Ruin. If we're able to Summoner's Pact 4 and Pact Negation backup, we can search for, like, 2 more blue sources and have Field of Ruin covered. Let's see, we'd have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 if we were able to haste and attack with our Titan. 12, 13, which is more than enough to pay for both packs. If we don't search for the Hanweir first, then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is still enough. So yeah, this growth chamber basically seals it, I think. Alright, so we can yield to amulet triggers this turn. I suppose maybe we should have casted this Summoner's Pack first. I'm going to cast it now. Okay, get a Titan. Okay, yeah. Now we do just want to pick up, I guess, the castle here. We'll activate. Play the Titan. Our opponent has to have some kind of 2-mana interaction spell here, or they don't. Okay, we'll yield here. And let's see. So if we got just 2 Talari West, field on our growth chamber would leave us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in play. So that would make us 1 short. So I think we have to go for the haste here and die to double path, but that's probably fine. Let's see, let's get Hanweir and a Valakut. Seems pretty easy. Packed the path. And now we just have to make sure we get 2 blue sources. Haste that one. Yes. So let's get a Talari West. And I suppose... I guess we don't want to lose to field here. Our opponent could have another path or like a verdict or something to answer our Titan. In which case it'll be kind of awkward that we don't have any follow-up. But I don't know. I still think it's probably correct to not lose to the field here, as unfortunate as it is to have to play around it. So let's just get double Talari West, I guess. Sure. I guess we could have gotten Talari West in 1 growth chamber and picked up the turn timber so we have a backup threat. That would have been good. Didn't think about that until just now, unfortunately. Alright, pass it back, and hope our opponent can't answer our on-board Titan. I mean, we have lots of live top decks at this point. We won't be able to do anything this upcoming turn, since we'll have to be tapped out almost completely here. They're going to -3 our Primeval Titan, that's fine. Oh, they plussed. They have a field. Okay, that's not going to save them. I guess if they had field plus path, that would be kind of annoying. We'll take our well-deserved damage here. This is all good. This is all fine. Untap. We'll put the Summoner's Pact and then the Pact of Negation, I suppose. Yep. Okay. Yep. It looks like our opponent might have been able to actually kill us here with a field on one of our bounce lands. Whatever. And we drew a bounce land, which is actually amazing, so let's go straight to combat here. Swing at Teferi, I suppose. Don't see a reason why not to. Yep. And this time we'll get a Field of the Dead for sure, and maybe a Bajuka Bog makes sense, maybe not. A Ghost Quarter would help us against a potential Cryptic Loop. That is something I'm interested in. Sure. Field and Ghost Quarter feels good to me. Stack these amulets. How do we yield these fields? At this point, we're not in any super rush. We have double Valakut plus a bounce land to set up a Talari West transmute here, so we can play it a little slow. Make sure we have some blockers and a couple outs here. We're checking this up to Fairy that our opponent has. They're fielding our field. Totally fine. I guess we're playing out the Garenbrig here. I don't think it makes a huge difference. Now let's just go ahead and get this other Valcut in play. Pass it back. Okay. Well, oh, we have no more remaining basics. Last one's in our hand. Oh well. Time Raveler, fine. Let's just hope our opponent can't answer our Summoner's Pack that we're about to find off of this Transmute here. Have a field. That doesn't really matter. Yeah, so I think we should be pretty good here. We'll take our damage. Don't think we even want a Ghost Core to their field, to be honest. Let's not. Alright. Let's float our mana like so, I suppose. Rot Farm. Alright, we'll pick up a Talaria West. And Transmute. I think we're just going for another Titan here. Getting a Summoner's Pact, of course. I think we do cast it as well. I'm not afraid of our opponent's last single card, so... Yep, let's just go for the Titan. Like so. I guess maybe we want to leave ourselves some possible green mana here, so... Titan. Alright, all is good so far. We'll search. We'll get a Growth Chamber and a Vesuva, I suppose? I don't see why not. Vesuva can copy Valcut. I don't see why not. Untap those guys. We'll pick up the already in play tapped Growth Chamber, because why not? And let's go ahead and haste our new Titan. And this time I'm going to ignore their Planeswalker here and just go straight at them. Alright, that is game 1. And yeah, we have even more options for game 2. We get Negate, we get Relics, we get Dismembers for those pesky Vanillion clicks that our opponent showed us. We get Beast Withins for possible Ashioks and other annoying, pesky Planeswalkers. We get this Explosives out of here, get these Grazers out of here, get one of these Summoners Packs out of here. What else? What else? I like Explorer a lot. I find Amulet is actually really good against the blue-white strategies specifically because they don't have any real way of dealing with Amulet once it's in play. Maybe we could still be trimming one, maybe not, but I find that having multiple Amulets against blue-white is actually quite useful, and I don't know what the difference is, but we'll trim one Garenbrig here, as that doesn't seem to be a particularly bad decision. What else? I guess an Amulet is expendable, like I was saying before. We don't want multiple Zeuses in our hand, as the first one, if it resolves, makes the second one dead. What else? Maybe 3 Dismembers is too many. Not really certain, though. I'm going to trim 1 Turn Timber here. Don't like playing into Mana Leak and Force Negation and Remand and all that kind of thing. Nothing Turn Timber really does for us here, so... Alright, we have a Titan, we have a ton of lands, and we have a Relic. This hand is extremely slow, but we are playing against a control opponent. We did see mainboard Vendilion clicks, which makes me a little worried about Stoneforge Mystic. We didn't see anything indicating Stoneforge Mystic in game 1, but it is possible, and this hand just doesn't really beat a Stoneforge Mystic. I don't know. I'm inclined to keep it, though. I'm gonna try it. This hand's super slow, and... Celestial Colonnade. I love this card. I will never make fun of anybody for playing a Celestial Colonnade in their blue-white deck. Glacial Fortress. So our opponent's trying not to lose to Boil and Choke over there. I definitely understand that motivation. Relic seems good. Do we play another castle here? Do we play Bounce Land and get destroyed by Field? I guess if we play Bounce Land and they field it, then we get to play Garenbrig into Explore this upcoming turn, which is really not the worst. I don't want to expose our only Field of the Dead, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Gruul Turf here. Call me a fool, but that's what I'm doing. We'll pass it back. If our opponent just has land Ashiok, that'll be interesting. They don't seem to. We know they're playing Logic Knot, so this Relic is doing extra heavy duty here. We'll play an Explore, I guess, into an Archmage's Charm. Whatever, they can counter this. I don't care. They choose to do nothing about it, which I love. Unfortunately, there's no way for us to hold up an untapped mana here for our Dismember or second Relic, or even popping Relic, but that's probably okay. Let's go Garenbrig Field. That way, if we draw an untapped green source, then we can immediately activate Garenbrig, although I don't think we'll do that into our opponent's open Cryptic mana, so maybe not. Really don't want to get this Fielded Ed destroyed by a Field of Ruin. Garenbrig is definitely one of the lands here. I guess another Growth Chamber, or one of our 2 Growth Chambers, I should say, is fine here, so... We have 7 cards in hand, so don't have to worry about discarding just yet. Oh, wait. We need to activate this Relic. Our opponent is taking our Primeval Titan, most likely, I would say. Unless they are, like, not afraid of this Primeval Titan at all, and they want us to not have an answer to their click, which is why we have Dismembers in the deck in the first place. Now this click won't just straight up kill us, so that's nice. Don't like getting straight up killed by things. What about you? Not a fan of this choice of planes, not gonna lie. I mean, look at that. Look at this, and then look at this. And then look back at this, and just wonder. Okay. Well. Let's get a forest out there, I suppose. Our opponent knows that we drew it, but that's fine. We're playing this Relic, while still potentially holding up something like a Negate, for all our opponent knows. This is playing around Mana Leak 2, which we could have done had we tapped one of these bounce lands here, but it's whatever. And yeah, let's just pass it back. No reason to dismember this click without, with our opponent having all their mana up. We'll probably end up popping Relic and dismembering click this turn, I would think. Let's just take the damage for now. Actually, let's pop Relic real quick. One of them at least, just to see what we're going to draw. Summoner's Pact. Okay, well, if our opponent fights over this Dismember now, we might be able to just Titan them, so I think it's worth it. Don't want to take 3 damage unnecessarily if we can avoid it. As our opponent Dovin's Vetoes our Dismember. Okay, let's target them with this Relic real quick. Don't like this one at all. Get out of here. That's right. We'll take our 3 damage. It's well deserved. And I think we want the maximum possible chances to hit the Cavern or the Pact of Negation here, so we probably want to pop this Relic off. I think that makes sense, so let's just go for it. Hanweir. Yikes. Okay. Beast Within. Interesting. So we're not playing into Cryptic Command, but we're still playing into Mana Leak and Remand. But we're on a fast enough clock from this click that I think we just have to play our Titan here. We can play Hanweir and get... Nah, actually... Unfortunately, we can't haste our Titan here either. Well, I guess we're playing Garenbrig. Let's first try this Summoner's Pact, I guess, and see what happens. Okay, we're able to get our Titan. Are we just casting this? Or are we holding up Beast Within for this click? We're gonna die to this Colonnade. If we don't cast our Titan, potentially. I mean, we have a Ghost Quarter to deal with Colonnade, though, so I could see a world where we play Ghost Quarter the Colonnade, Beast Within the click to save off 3 damage here. Whatever. We packed it for a Titan. I'll be darned if we're not casting a Titan here, so... Here goes nothing. Into play. No time like the present. Mana leak. Yep. Alright, well, that's our turn. And probably the game, if I'm being completely honest, but with the Colonnade, we'll be taking a hit for 7 here and be dead to this click this upcoming turn, so... Our opponent is not choosing to do that, though. They're fetching. Interesting. Well, this is why we were worried about these flying creatures here, as they're quite adept at just ending the game. Not giving us all the time in the world. Oh, we're dead to pack trigger. Okay. Cool. Let's go to game 3 here. Do we want 3 dismembers? I mean, it's probably fine. We saw one of the downsides to Summoner's Pact here. Yeah, I don't think I want to change anything. Let's just be better this time, I guess. I don't know, maybe the opening hand was a bit of a sketcher. Maybe we shouldn't have kept that. Alright, on the play, for sure. We have a turn 1 relic and to turn 2 explore. We don't have redundant green sources here, but we can make a green from our vestige. I'm willing to try this. We have an answer to an early creature as well, so we're doing something on every turn of this game so far, so... Or at least all of the early turns. I think our opponent is probably pretty relieved to see a turn 1 relic instead of a turn 1 amulet, so... Wouldn't surprise me. Dryad is a fantastic one. We'll play our Vestige and Explore this turn, because we can play Vesuva as a copy of Vestige and play Dryad this upcoming turn anyways, so... Might as well cycle this Explore. Bounce land. Come on, bounce land. That's what we want. There we go. Fantastic. And we'll pick up the Vestige here, I suppose, and pass it back. Probably not relicking ourselves here. Don't see a reason to do that. Are we playing into a mana leak here, or are we being nice and patient? I think we're playing into a mana leak. I don't think it hurts us too bad if they do have the leak, and I think it's pretty unlikely that they have the leak. We can prevent them from logic knotting us here by getting rid of this Flooded Strand with this fetch on the stack, so they can't logic knot for 1, for example. Our opponent would need Surgical Extraction to be able to logic knot here. They could Aether Gust, I suppose? Opt? Okay, well then our Dryad is certainly resolving, which is great news for us. Into play. We'll play a Gruul Turf here. Not always yielding this one. We'll pick up our Radiant Fountain to make some progress. Oh, we get another land drop. That's nice. Alright, well here goes Radiant Fountain again. Now we can cycle our Relic if we want to. Are we slamming a Titan into 2 open mana here, just like we did the Dryad? 3 open now if they do play a land here. If they play a land that doesn't tap for Archmage's Charm, I'm pretty inclined to do so, but if they play a blue land here, yeah, like a Field of Ruin, that one's not really bothering me, so... Let's, it might be a bit hasty to pop the Relic here. I think I'm going for it, though. Let's see, let's think about this. So if we pop Relic, and they let that happen, and then they field us, they have 1 card in grave, plus... Oh, they would only have 1 untap land, so yeah. I think it's fine to just go ahead and Relic here. Summoner's Pact. Okay. Amulet. That one's pretty ridiculous. Even if we play this and it gets like Force Negation or something, or Dovin's Vetoed, we still have Crumbling Vestige into Vesuva copying Vestige to be able to cast Titan, so let's go ahead and lead on that one. If this resolves, we're immediately playing Crumbling Vestige, so we'll have the freedom to get Valakut and something else, and immediately trigger Dryad. And it does resolve, so that's cool. Vestige, Amulet. Can yield the amulets as long as there's only one out. Seems fine. Floating a green here, of course. What else would you float? I suppose we can play... We can't play around Mana Leak, actually, even if we do play the Vesuva here, because we'd only have... We only have 8. I, again, am willing to make them have something, though, so let's just play the Titan. This would be a little less free if we didn't already have a backup for this upcoming turn, so... Oh, we got by the logic knot for 1. I was not seeing that one coming at all. Okay, well, that kind of sucks, but it's cool. Man, I really was not thinking about playing around Logic Knot there, but maybe I should have been. I don't know. Let's Vesuva a bounce land here, the Rot Farm, and pick up the actual Rot Farm, I guess. Maybe the Gruul Turf, I don't know. So we can hold up a Dismember here. We'll pick up the Rot Farm, I guess. And, yeah. Man, got by the Logic Knot for 1, even after we were using our Relic and everything. Let me know in the comments if you saw that coming. Maybe it'll still be fine. Maybe our opponent won't have Cryptic here. Maybe they'll just path. Isolate the Amulet. You got it. Totally fine. We do not care about that Amulet, even in the slightest. So we can actually still haste our Titan this upcoming turn by getting Crumbling Vestige and Hanweir, and then playing Rot Farm, picking up the Hanweir, and replaying it, and all that good stuff. Are we playing into another piece of early counter magic? You know what, guys? I think I'm doing it. I don't know. Let's start by casting the Summoner's Pact and see if there's a response. Because we can get a Titan, but we don't actually even necessarily have to cast it here. We can just play Valakut into Rot Farm and immediately get a trigger from our Dryad, so... We'll get the Titan. I am super tempted to just cast this thing. Is that bad? They could field us, and then untap and Cryptic one of our bounce lands here, and then we wouldn't be able to pay for our pack trigger, but we have 2 land drops still, so we're not going to lose the pack trigger here. Okay, I'm going to go for it. Alright, it worked. Yes. So now, our opponent can field our Hanweir, so maybe we play around that. I think we play around that. Let's get, I guess it's just Tolaria West and a bounce land. We still have Summoner's Pact left in our deck to find, so there's that. We could... Nah, I guess just Tolaria West plus bounce land is the best. We're not triggering Dryad here, though, so maybe we want bounce land and Valakut. Nah, we need the Tolaria West. Alright, let's do Tolaria West plus Growth Chamber. Pick up the T-West here, I think. Play Valakut. Target them. Always yes, always yield. Play Rot Farm. Target them. Let's pick up... We could pick up the Valakut to protect it, so we still have it if our opponent decides to answer our Titan and field our Valakut, then we still have something else going on, but we also have a backup Tolaria West here, so I'm not really worried about that. Let's just pick up the Vesuva here. And we'll pass it back. Now we have the whole field into Cryptic... Oh, missed 2 damage. Whatever. Now we have field into Cryptic covered, so we're not losing to that. They field our Valakut. That's fine. Let's just get our regular Forest. Unfortunately, we missed that 2 points of damage, but don't think it'll be what matters here. And we win the match. Okay. Well, you know what? Sometimes you itch to just cast the Primeval Titan, and then you just do it. And it works out. I will say, part of the reasoning for why I am so tempted to cast Primeval Titan in those types of situations is that it really is very important to get underneath Cryptic Command, as once Cryptic Command is online, it almost never goes offline, and then you always have to play around Cryptic Command. When your opponent's on 3 mana versus 4, there is a much stronger argument for just slamming a Primeval Titan And admittedly, maybe I got lucky that our opponent didn't have it. Maybe I got unlucky that I didn't play around Logic Knot the first time. Well, I can't really say that's unlucky. Maybe I blundered by not playing around Logic Knot the first time. But anyways, that was an interesting match to me. I definitely enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys did as well. If you did, or if you learned something from this video, then go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. This is Red Face Menace, signing off.